Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Healthcare Education Transformation Podcast. This is a special Teach Me Something Tuesday episode. I'm your host, Dr. F. Scott Field, and one of the things that we wanted to do over the next couple of Teach Me Something Tuesdays was a mini series on study tips, tricks, habits, and hacks that can help that are also evidence based. So I tell my story pretty often. I was not the smartest student. I definitely had an easy time kind of getting through high school. I was a straight A student there, top 10 in my class. Then I got to undergrad and started to struggle a little. I was probably an A-B student, mostly B's with a couple of C's sprinkled in there. And then I got to grad school and I struggled mightily. That was where I really realized that I didn't exactly know how to learn. I was a rote memorizer. And then I went through an EDD program, and that's where I first started to learn how adults actually learn and some of the best study tips and tactics and tricks along the way. And that's when I really fell in love with the idea of teaching and learning. And I really wished that I had known a lot of this stuff way back before I went to PT school, because I think it would have helped me tremendously. So, what we're going to do today is we're going to start off a mini series. And I'm not exactly sure how many parts it'll be. It'll probably be something close to 7 to 10. But they're study tactics, tips, tricks, pointers that, again, like I said, that I wish I knew, because my old way of studying was read the book, highlight all the main points and things I thought were important. And then I'd get to the end of the page and I'd look, and most of the page was yellow. So that wasn't really helpful. So then I would go through and highlight, and then I would try to read it again and take notes on it. And nothing really stuck. It just wasn't really helping. So one of the first tips or tricks or tactics that I've started using both for myself and that I preach to my students for them to use is retrieval practice, or self-quizzing, essentially. And that's basically just actively recalling information from memory via quizzing yourself rather than rereading or highlighting like I used to do. This tends to strengthen memory traces and improves long-term retention. One of the ways that I kind of have started doing this more is by using AI as I go, and typing in topics and asking it to ask me questions to see if I can then recall what I just read and learned. You do have to be a little bit careful with AI, though, because it's not always 100% accurate, especially in pulling from references and resources. Sometimes it just makes some up, so you have to be very careful with that. But give self-quizzing a try and see if your self-retrieval skills are up to par when it comes to reading through a section, taking a break, reflecting on a little, and then going back and trying to pull out questions about the major points in whatever it was that you just read or covered. I hope this was helpful, and like I said, we will see you on the next part of this mini series.